Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be taking down uh, my Sig Sauer M18 to its spare parts, and then I will be reassembling it. So first of all, I am going to drop the magazine to verify that the firearm is clear. I'm going to look down inside the chamber and visually and physically inspect to see if there's any brass. From here, with the slide locked back to the rear, I can take my takedown lever, rotate it all the way around so I can go to the next step of taking off the slide. Release the slide, take it off completely. At this step, I will take off the spring as well as the barrel, and that section will be set off to the side for the following parts. Next, I'm going to take and remove my takedown pin like so, and then completely remove my fire control group. I can put the frame off to the side because that part is complete. Next, I am going to take off my trigger assembly group. This one is actually fairly easy. You need to start by the best way I find it is by rotating this spring and removing it from this hole, which will allow me to remove the trigger and the trigger bar. From there, we're going to take and remove the safety from the assembly. Actually, step before that, I'm actually going to take down the slide lock. So from here, push this pin through. There's going to be a spring on the bottom here. Try not to lose it. From there, I'm going to remove the safety. The easiest way to do that would be to push this pin right here to the other side. Which will allow me to rotate this all the way around. And push it a little bit further off. Come on. So on here, there's actually going to be two pieces. This piece fits inside this section right here. That will fit in there. Inside the housing, you'll find a spring. The spring goes in here, like, and this goes on top of the spring. So the next part we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and remove the other safety. Which will allow us to get access to this part right here. It is the takedown lock. So the best way to remove the takedown lock is you have to push this pin through. Sometimes a little hammering is necessary. Pull it just far enough to where it will stop. Then from here, inside there's going to be a little spring that you need to decompress in order to pull this part off. Oh, fuck. Which will allow you to which will allow you to take the takedown lock off. From there, you can take out the sear pin completely out. Using a punch, and then your safety lock, and then your sear. From there, this is where I am most comfortable taking it down to. I don't want to punch out this pin and break it, so I'm going to stop right here and move on to the slide. So the slide is fairly simple too. You need to compress this guy, which is the spring for the extractor. So compress that in, and while compressing that in, you're going to push this downwards. So like that. I'm going to completely remove the back plate. Remove the extractor detent spring, which will allow you to remove the extractor. Then you can take out the striker. From there, I don't have the necessary tools to remove this top plate and to remove the round indicator, and so I am going to stop here. From here, I am going to reassemble. I am going to start with the slide and then work backwards. So from the slide, going to put my striker in. I'm going to put back in my extractor. And when you're putting the detent spring for the extractor, you want to have this lip facing outwards so it actually catches onto the extractor. And you can actually see it when it gets in there. If it shows up like that, you put it in. You have to rotate it until you can see it. Like so. From there, compress down onto the striker. And then push down on the pin. So it locks in place and it stays in like that. So at this point, the slide is complete. Well, put the barrel in. And put the spring in. Now with the M18, the spring really can go in only one way. If you put it in this way, it will not lock to the rear. So it has to be curved side up and down. Like so. So now the slide is complete. Let's go and put our fire control group back together. So let's start out with our locking arm. And you want to put that in the opposite side of where this little spring is right here. You can see that. Yep, right there. So it goes in like so. And if you need to, I would use a punch to kind of seat it in there, like so. And then for your sear, the springs will fit into 2 channels in the back of the housing. See those 2 channels? Those are where the springs are going to go. So take it like so and put it down in like that. So big hole with big hole. And you want to line this guy up with the hole on the sear. Then you take the sear pin, push it in like so. So then now that's in. And our lock will stay in there because it's now locked in place. So from there, to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, we're going to put this back in its place. Take our hook, put it in like so. And then just, you need to, you can push it in all the way. It should be in all the way. So it should be flush like that. So from there, push this all the way through. Make sure it lines up. Sometimes you need to hammer it in to get it all the way in there to see it properly. And then from there, we're going to take our safety, our manual safety, push it in like so. Like that. And then from there, we can add our other safety in. So take the spring, put it inside the housing. really only goes one way, so you want to make sure that this is facing inwards towards the fire control group. Push on the sear pin. That way you have enough clearance to rotate this in place. Make sure that the safety levers are facing the same direction. Push this in. Try not to lose that little metal piece. If it does pop out, it's an easy fix. Just pop the spring back inside. Drop that back in. So rotate it. Into place. If you need to, take a flathead or one of your punches and push the sear pin to the other side. There we go. And push it in. So, and then functions check the safety. And then from there, it'll be a lot easier to put in our trigger bar and our trigger in before putting in our slide lock. So you take the spring, put it in like that, rotate it into that hook right there. Bring this around. Put the trigger bar behind the sear housing right there. Take your trigger. And line up this pin with that hole right there. And take your trigger bar. And put it inside. Come on. Like so. Bring this around. What we're going to be doing is putting this inside here. And like that. And then put it in like that. And do a quick functions check. And then from here, you take your slide catch, put it in like so. Then you take the slide catch pin and you put it in like that. From here, take your fire control group, put it inside your module like so. Take your pin, put it all the way in like that. Rotate this back. Take your slide, plug it to the rear, put that forward, functions check. Safety on, functions check. Safety off. And that is a complete takedown of the M18, the Sig Sauer M18. Hope to see you in the next video, and you have a wonderful day.